I am packing my bags, I am leaving. Think I'm going to Paris or Rome. I gotta get out of...
Hello guys. The abandoned house I want to show you today is one of many farmhouses in New Jersey and Pennsylvania affected by the eminent domain for Tock's Island Dam project. That odious project was scrapped, but the house, located on the deserted roadside of one of the oldest roads in America, left abandoned on the sidelines of life. The attempt to follow the ghostly trail of the history of this property took me to the early of the 18th century, the time of pioneer settlers who ventured into the country of the Minsi Indians along the Delaware River before 1720. Among those who were mentioned in early manuscripts as first residents of Sussex County was Johannes Westbrook, an enslaver and a large landowner along the Delaware River. Around 1750, the Westbrook family built a house on a rubble stone foundation, followed by a huge Dutch barn, constructed around 1775. The original house at the farm is no longer extant, but its foundation was reused for the later construction. Circa 1820, this house was erected by unknown member of the Westbrook family on the place of the original house. However, another source states that in 1842 the house was purchased by Abraham and Hugh, grand-grand-grandsons of Johannes Westbrook, from Jacob Hornbeck for their sister Eliza Westbrook. Around that year they built the stone structure. Don't know its exact purpose. Probably it used to be a spring house. Eliza Westbrook was never married and she didn't have children. She had owned the house and farmland at least until 1860. According to Hopkins' map of Sussex County, the house passed to her nephew, Jacob Westbrook. Jacob was a notable figure in Sussex County. His earlier years were passed upon his father's farm, where he enjoyed the benefits of such an education as the tiny district school. He subsequently received an academic education at the excellent Institution of Styles at Deckertown. After his father's death, he worked at the farm with his mother Margaret Westbrook until he attained his majority, since which time he has carried it on his individual account. He was chosen freeholder of Sandyston Township 3 years in a row. As well, Jacob was appointed first fish warden of Sussex County in 1871. Those years, the farmstead was commonly referred as the Westbrook Farm until Alice Black purchased the property in 1917, after which the property became known to as the Black Farm. The house underwent a few notable architectural changes in the early 20th century. For example, the owners enclosed a side porch and added a rear bathroom shortly before Second World War. A 1931 aerial photograph shows the Black Farm surrounded by large agricultural fields. Alice Black died seized of 2 farms in 1914. She was survived by 11 children. In her last will, she divided her farms between 3 sons, Colin, Frank, and Leo. Despite this fact, the farm passed to her brother Cunningston Drysdale Black in 1930s. I didn't manage to figure out under which circumstances it happened. Cunningston Black graduated Rutgers University classes in 1911. In his 4 years there, he was a 3-year letter winner in the university football team. What happened next to the farmstead is unclear. One unreliable source claims that the property belonged to Mr. Urquhart, who came from Brooklyn and purchased the property in 1959. The house was offered for rent in the early 1970s. As well, I couldn't figure out who was Mr. Dirk Westbrook, who owned this land in 1872. However, I found a couple of historical photos of the house. Finally, the house was caught up by the fate of all houses in the area, and the Urquhart family was forced to sell the property to the government in 1974 to make a way for the Tock Island Dam. The project was rejected, but the farmhouse, as dozens of houses in the area, stays empty and abandoned since then.